The day the walls fell, the battle won by a shout. The walls were terrifying. Jericho was the first, greatest, and most fortified obstacle blocking Israel from the Promised Land. Its walls were immense, a double layer of stone and brick, built to withstand any conventional siege. The people of Jericho were secure in their fortress, looking down from their ramparts at the million-strong army camped in the plains below. The gates were securely barred. It was an impossible military problem. But Joshua, the new leader of Israel, did not see an impossible problem. He saw a divine opportunity. He encountered the commander of the Lord's army, who gave him a military strategy that defied all logic, a plan that would humiliate human power and glorify God alone. The plan was absurd. No weapons, no siege towers, no ladders, just silence, faith, and a steady daily march. For 6 days, the immense army of Israel moved in solemn, silent formation. First came the armed men, then 7 priests blowing ram's horns, the ancient shofars. Next, the Ark of the Covenant, the visible throne of God's presence, and finally the rest of the army. Once a day, every day, under the mocking gaze of the enemy atop the walls, they marched in silence. They walked their faith, refusing to engage with human logic, refusing to fight with human strength. They were sowing silence and waiting for God's appointed sound. Imagine the discipline required. The temptation to talk, to complain, to argue with the bizarre strategy must have been immense. But they trusted Joshua, and Joshua trusted God. Every day ended with the walls still standing, and every day their obedience deepened their faith. The 6 days of silence served one singular purpose, to prove that the victory would belong entirely to the Lord, not to Israel's military skill. Then came the 7th day, the day of divine climax. On this day, the command was different. The people arose at dawn and marched around the massive fortress, not once, but 7 times. With every slow, silent circuit, the tension must have become unbearable, building like a coiled spring. The priests blew their ram's horns, not a fanfare, but a continuous, piercing sound of faith. When the 7th circuit was complete, the horns blew a long, sustained blast, and Joshua cried out the final powerful command, "Shout, for the Lord has given you the city." At that single, electrifying moment, the silence was shattered. The million-strong army, the priests, the women, the children, everyone let out a tremendous, unified, faith-filled shout. And that sound, that explosion of human obedience, combined with divine power, became the irresistible force. The ground shuddered. The massive, immovable walls of Jericho fell down flat. They collapsed beneath themselves. The impossible fortress was instantly reduced to a ramp of rubble. The Israelites charged straight up and took the city. The greatest obstacle in their path was removed not by the sword, but by the power of faith acted out in simple obedience. The story of Jericho anchors us to the truth that the walls we face in our lives, the obstacles of debt, addiction, fear, or systemic opposition, are never too tall for the God who fights for us. He may ask you to use a strategy that looks foolish to the world, but your victory is not dependent on your strength. It is dependent on your simple, persistent obedience. Go and watch your walls fall when you obey His voice and give the shout of faith. If this narrative strengthens your faith to conquer impossible obstacles, please subscribe to the Anchor Scroll. We are committed to bringing you cinematic stories of biblical truth 4 times every week. Next, don't miss our deep dive on the necessity of faith under pressure, the test of fire. Hit the subscribe button now and claim your victory.